Hello and welcome to Topham Chats. I chat to various members of the Rooster Teeth community, but this week my guest is Deco, or One Blue Wolf. Hey Deco, how's it going?
It's going alright,
Excellent. And the reason I've got Deco on this week is particularly because Age of Ultron just came out, and we've both seen it. So,
yeah, I went to the midnight screening, it was fantastic.
Yeah, what films did you see before it? Because I know you were in there for a few hours.
We had a lot of time to spare, so we saw Fast and Furious 7, which was fantastic, nearly cried at the end.
Oh.
Then the marathon started, it was Avengers 1,
Yep.
Captain America 2, and then Age of Ultron.
Ah, cool. Sounds like shenanigans. I watched Captain America Winter Soldier on... what day was it? On Friday for the first time. And it was awesome, right? Apart from Black Widow's hair, which I've already said enough about my dislike for it, but yeah, it was a very good film. But I kind of noticed before it started, like before they got to the point where they revealed that the Winter Soldier was Bucky back from the past, that's who it would be. So I was kind of like, oh yeah, that's who that'll be. And then it was revealed to be him, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you think of Age of Ultron?
Right. It was so fucking cool. I loved it. So much better than the first one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know whether I prefer it over the first one or not, but I think I need to watch both of them like back to back to really get the comparison to see which I think is better. But I really enjoyed Age of Ultron, so I'm just like, yes, that was so damn good. And the whole thing, like, so the story of it the whole way through, it was so long as well, and there's so many things that happened that it kind of seems like there was so much going on, but it didn't feel like it was overwhelming at any point.
Oh no, it set its focuses very well.
Yeah.
Like, in the first Avengers, it was about all of them being their little old team, fighting crime and busting rhymes and shit.
Yeah, and trying to get them all working together, right?
Yeah, in this one, it's about chemistry between two. And there was a lot more of Hawkeye in it, I want to say that.
There was a load of Hawkeye. There was an awesome bit as well, like... Okay, so near the end, we're completely spoiling everything. I'll put that up front as well.
Right, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alerts, obvs. There's a bit where they're in the city near the end, and Quicksilver's like slowly walking away. They never state in the film that he's Quicksilver, right? But he's walking away, and Hawkeye has his bow drawn, and he was like, "They'd never know. They'd never know." I was like, "That's the funniest bit."
The film had loads of little funny gags like that.
It did, didn't it? Like the whole way through as well. Like,
yeah,
it was so.
They all were really funny.
Yeah, and there were like loads of little references to things that have happened in the past as well. If I could remember nearly any of them, that would be amazing. But it was incredibly well written, and it really, like, it reached out to everything that they've done so far as well to try and put it all together. And yeah, Black, like from the opening shot, I was like, this is going to be a good film because Black Widow's hair looks excellent. But like, that's something that really bugged me in Winter Soldier, and it was fixed in like Avengers 2, and I was like, yes, very good.
Oh, they heard you cry, bro.
I know, right? Especially when I only cried on Friday about it, and it was released the day before. Well,
they changed it for you.
They did, didn't they? Yeah. Obviously. Okay, so the film starts in the place they end up in eventually. That town in a unspecified, like, Eastern European, like, country, right?
Oh yeah, it's its own place. It's just there.
Yeah, and there is a Hydra base there, right? Where they're keeping the twins. And the twins are, what? Who are they? They're Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch?
Yeah.
And
I don't know their real names.
No, neither can I. I wish I could, but I just can't remember them. And they are being... Are they being held hostage by... Or not hostage, necessarily, but captive by the bad guys, by Hydra?
I think so, because they're attack dogs at the beginning.
Yeah, they are. So they do that.
It's like, send the twins.
Yeah, send the twins. They'll do Yeah. But when it cuts to them, I can't remember whether this is like at the end of Winter Soldier or during it. It looks like the twins aren't under their own control, really. It's like other people are influencing them in some way. Because it seems like they're a bit deranged and a bit out of it. But I don't know whether
they're Inhumans.
Yes, that's the thing. That's a little different now, isn't it?
If you watch the Agents of Shield show, you'll get it.
I might.
You'll get why they're a bit unstable at the beginning.
Okay, I think I should watch that. That definitely help. But yeah,
good show.
So it starts there. The Avengers are assaulting this keep where there's a whole bunch of things going on, right? And then from there, once they've done everything they needed to, and Tony Stark's freaked out, they head back to New York.
Yeah,
right?
the new Avengers Tower, which looks awesome.
Yes, yeah, they go to the new Avengers Tower. There's so much that goes on. I keep just not being able to keep track of things. And then what happens next? So they go do the first assault. Then they go somewhere.
They have that little party, don't they?
Yes.
And after that, that's where Ultron shows up.
Oh yeah, because they're at the party trying to, and Stark set Ultron to be created, right? Oh yeah, because they've set the simulations up so that they can try and develop the AI.
Yeah.
And yeah,
they've got the AI, and he leaves it to Jarvis to sort all that out.
Mm-hmm. And then,
but shit goes wrong.
Yeah, shit goes wrong, and Ultron comes down. He's like, I'm Ultron, and
what up, bitches?
I know, right?
Ultron.
And so he infects so many things, and just basically takes off, and has some shenanigans, right?
His character was so fucking cool.
Yeah, I know. It was just like once he finally makes himself...
He wasn't evil. He was just he was arrogant.
Yeah, he
cocky.
Obviously had his motives, and he was just such good character as well. So from there, once Ultron leaves, because there's like a whole assault in the tower and everything, he leaves, right, and he goes to where the Hydra base was that they just were at before, which is over in unspecified place. It does have a name, I know, and I can't remember it, but that's beside. And yeah, that whole sequence then was crazy because they're all in like normal clothes and everything, and they have a whole. Is it during the party that Ultron turns up? And there's because everyone's there.
The after party.
Yeah, because
everyone's there. Thor's hammer.
Yeah. Oh, and Stan Lee makes his cameo then as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It's so funny. His cameo is excellent in this. It's like, yes.
Little drunk old man.
You're so sure. He's getting carried away, just like us here. So good. Yeah. So very, very well done to that point. And then, yeah, Ultron builds himself a new body, his metal body, the big one.
Yeah.
And then they get in contact with the guy on the ship who's got the... What is it he's got? Oh, God, vibranium, right?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
On a ship.
Yeah, he's on the ship, and they've got the vibranium there, so he needs to go and get some vibranium. And that's when Avengers turn up.
Oh, yeah, Gollum. What's his name?
Don't know. Hulk? Banner?
No, the guy who plays Gollum. Andy Serkis. His character.
Who's his character? I don't know who Andy Serkis is. I should know that, shouldn't I?
The dude in the boat. With the beard and the really thick British accent.
Oh, okay, that's him. I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they figure out that he's the person that... Yeah, so they go to see him, and he's got the vibranium, which is what Captain America's shield's made of. But they're too late. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and Ultron are already there.
Yeah.
And they want the vibranium, basically. And so they get that to happen. But the Avengers all turn up, and Scarlet Witch just manages to clear them all out and freak them out. And
that was fucking cool.
That was so cool. So she basically just exploits all of their like weaknesses and brings out bad things from their past. and they start freaking out, and it's wonderful. I like how Hawkeye's just like unaffected. He's like,
oh no, because that was his old shit in the first film.
Yeah, I know. And he's just like, no, you're not going to do that to me, and just stabs an arrow in her forehead. I'm like, that's brilliant. That was awesome. So funny. Just like electrocuting her. It was brilliant. And then, Scarlet Witch manages to get her hands on Hulk, and Hulk smash.
Yeah, that fucking fight sequence was fantastic.
And then, Iron Man goes into Hulkbuster armor, right? Is that at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Iron Man goes into Hulkbuster armor and, just tries to shut the Hulk down. And
the bit where he punches the Hulk in the face and he spits out a tooth. That's so fucking cool.
Is that the bit where he's got like the hammer fist and he's just going back and forth like the piston fist and it's just smacking him like a million times?
Yeah, there's a little bit afterwards.
Oh god, it's so good. It's like hitting him in the face and he's just like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Laughing so much. Yeah, there's so much going on in that film. It's hard to keep track as well, because, like I said, I watched Winter Soldier like the day before as well, so like they kind of melt into one a little bit. But that's beside the point.
Yeah.
So after Ultron's taken the vibranium, right?
Mm-hmm.
He disappears again, and
where does he go?
Where does he go? Does he go back to his lair? And oh no, he goes to the scientist.
Oh yeah, where he starts to make the vision.
Yeah, starts to make what eventually turns out to be the vision.
Yeah.
But he wants to inhabit it, and they put the fourth crystal?
The soul gem.
Yeah. So that's the fourth one that's turned up, but I've only know that there's definitely 3 around, one of them being the Tesseract, and the other one I can't remember right now, but I know it's around. Because the mind gem's from the scepter.
Yeah.
But yeah. They go to there, and the Avengers go back to wherever they are. Yeah, so Ultron's in Korea, right? Korea. Avengers are in New York. And this other place sounds Eastern European.
Yeah, that science person was from Seoul in South Korea.
Yeah. So they're in Korea. And that's... Yeah. So it all seems like it's really, really spread out. And you don't really get a sense of that in the film. So at that point, the Avengers are all beaten, right? And they're all like, oh, we need to go somewhere. So Hawkeye takes them all, right? What's that?
Yeah. They're out for the count at that moment.
Yeah, they are. So Hawkeye takes them all, right? And he takes them to his home.
Yeah, and I was really happy to see who his wife was.
I know! And she was pregnant as well, which made you go, oh no, what are they going to do to Hawkeye? Because, like, he's got a pregnant wife, so he's probably going to die, was my thinking at that point. Because that makes the most sense. Because to make it tragic and
Hawkeye would be the last one to die. I'm calling it.
That's probably true, actually. Yeah, so... Yeah, they all go there. Thor goes away. He goes to see...
He goes to that little puddle.
Yeah, he goes to the puddle where he goes topless for no reason. He could have worn his top, but he could have taken it off and stayed dry, I guess.
Nah, if you got that, you're going to have to present it.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
I would.
Yeah, so they go there, and he's like, and electrocuting.
He gets reassurance of his little mind trick vision.
Yeah, so that he doesn't need to freak out about it. He knows what he's doing and why he's there. And Iron Man...
Funnily enough, he makes the vision.
Is it that point? So, yeah, Ultron's creating... Oh no, that's still in a bit. That's still a while away, right? So Iron Man then goes, or Tony Stark then gets asked to fix the tractor. Goes into the hut. What is it? It's on the farm. Goes into the hut, and Nick Fury walks around the corner. He's like, "Hi, I'm Nick Fury. You know who I am." And so he tries to
Sam Jackson and shit, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was a good joke that went the whole way through things, right? Like, from the beginning, like, the first thing Tony Stark says is Iron Man, he's like, oh, shit! And then Captain America goes, language. And that was brilliant, and they just keep
I loved it when
they
called back to that
every time.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, like any of the big scenes they'd call back to it, and it was so well written that they like had those callbacks all the way through the film to when Cap asked them to watch their language.
Yeah, that's a bold swear word for a Disney film.
I know, right? It was like a 7-year-old sitting in front of me as well, and I was like, oh, Cap's in charge of this. Never mind, we're okay. Brilliant.
I gotta say, that's the benefit of seeing it at 1 a.m, no kids.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I went to a 10:40 showing as well, so just like all the things going on, and yeah, so many kids. It wasn't that bad. I got disrupted by one kid kicking and screaming, and their parents quickly got rid of them. To my joy, I was like, yes,
just sorted them out
back into the film. And so where were we up to? Nick Fury turned up, and they're just like, yes, we'll be the Avengers, and we'll go back to where we came from. So they all get back on the ship and go back to Stark Tower in the Avengers headquarters. And that can't be when they get the coffin, can it? Because they need to go to Korea.
There's that whole fight sequence. Then they get the coffin.
Which sequence? Which fight sequence? Oh, I'm forgetting about. Oh, no, they must go to Korea directly after being at the farm? No, I'm missing something.
I'm going to have to watch it again.
I know, right? so stuff happens, and then they go to Korea, and they're like, yes, there's all things going on here, but we need the coffin with the body in it. Because Ultron's trying to load his consciousness into the body while it's being built, and they added vibranium to it so that he could...
Yeah, then they bust that party, and then he goes mobile in that van.
Yeah, so put it in the van, and there's this huge fight, and it's awesome. And Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, at that point, don't know what side they're on, and they're on the side of Ultron until something happens during that fight, right? And then they're just like... Oh, were they with Hawkeye at that point?
Yeah, Hawkeye's doing everything in this film.
Oh no, he was flying the ship, wasn't he? And they were with Cap on the ship, Cap on the thing, on the train that's going off, because there's the train sequence as well. And Cap asks them to do good things, so he gets Quicksilver to run and move everyone out of the way of the train, right? Mm-hmm. And Scarlet Witch to slow the train down, so that they're doing that.
Oh, it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. So Cap's standing at the front as well, like with his shield, because Ultron's blown a hole out the front of the train for some reason, probably to escape. I don't know. And so he's moving them all that way. He's like, "Yes, you did good, guys." And then at the same time, Black Widow's in the van, and she's about to throw the coffin to Hawkeye, who's flying the ship at the same time. And that's a whole sequence as well. They get the body, and then it's just like, quickly everyone, escape. So they escape, manage to go back to the tower, right? And then they...
Oh, but no.
No?
Black Widow's captured at this point.
Black Widow is captured at this point. I thought, I knew there was something else missing there. So Black Widow gets captured, and then there's... Oh, man. It was so well done as well. I want to watch it again. I want to go to the cinema again to watch it. It's that good. And everyone's all having shenanigans, and they're just like, we should carry on with it. And they aren't, because Banner and Stark are like, we should carry on with it. We need to get this alive. Is it at this point Stark disappears to go and find out what's going on with the internet, and things are going wrong, right?
I think so.
Because he needs to know that it's Jarvis that he's found, and Jarvis is the one that's trying to attack and change the nuclear codes.
Before that, we're led to believe Jarvis has been ripped apart.
Yes. So when the AI gets into Ultron, we're led to believe that Jarvis has been destroyed by Ultron, but in reality, Jarvis was defending and fragmented himself so that he could try and save them. down the line and do some interesting things. What it turns out Jarvis had been doing was changing the nuclear codes for any bombs that are around the world to try and blow them up and stuff like that, so that they stay safe, whereas Ultron's been constantly trying to attack them. And so Stark figures out it's Jarvis, restores Jarvis, and gets him back. Then he's like, I've got Jarvis. And yes, they're having fun with that. And then they don't want... Cap doesn't want... Is it Cap that doesn't want them making the... what turns out to be Vision?
Banner and
Stark.
Banner and Tony want to do it. They're all for it.
Yep.
And
Cap doesn't.
I think Captain has Quicksilver and
Scarlet Witch
on his side.
Yeah.
Against it. And then Thor just busts in, just lightning rods the bitch.
So, yeah. That's one of my favourite bits as well, because they're like, don't do it. And then...
Yo, bitch, get out the way.
Yeah, he cranks... Stark cranks it up, and then Quicksilver just undoes everything. He's like, no, you're not doing anything. Like, unplugs everything possible. And then Thor just comes in and hits it with his hammer, like, gets the lightning. He's like, oh, we're having it.
Yeah.
And then the Vision appears, which is probably one of the best bits of the film, right? Because they're all, like, talking the whole way through the film about why none of them can pick up Thor's hammer. Cap actually makes it move on the table, which was the best thing, which made Thor's face the funniest thing. It's like, it wobbles a little bit, and then Thor's face gets a serious look of panic and just like, oh, going. Yeah. It's like, oh dear. And yeah, so the Vision turns up. Thor immediately assumes him to be hostile, right? And tries to fight him and gets thrown to the side. And he has Jarvis's voice. He's played by Paul Bettany and very, very good at it. He floats over to the window, looks out, floating in the air, and just has a wonderful time. And they decide not to attack and anything, and then they start talking. Yeah. Turns out the Vision is friendly, and he knows what he really wants to do. And so they've done that. And they're all like, okay, let's get ready to go and take on Ultron back in the Eastern European place. And the Vision hands Thor his hammer. And it's just like, what? What? How can he pick up the hammer just so casually as well?
He's just, yeah. Then you see him in the background and he just flips it in the air.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god. Like, what? Like, how? Just... that was like one of the confusing things. I was like, oh. And then I was like, that's probably going to play a factor in a fight coming up as well. And it did.
Yeah, and it did fucking cool.
So they're they were fighting, and well, they weren't fighting at that point. They were all like, yes, let's go. So they start their assault, and it turns out that Ultron is trying to raise up this bit of stuff in the air, ground in the air, and drop it at like meteor strength to try and
he's basically trying to make a meteor out of a city.
Yes, and he tries very hard. So they try to evacuate the whole city, and they're doing a pretty good job. They're defending a city. Oh no! So they're doing that, but Banner needs to go and rescue Black Widow at the same time. So they drop Banner off there, and it turns out Black Widow's getting way better at controlling Banner as the Hulk.
Yeah, I want to say the chemistry between Banner and Black Widow was my favorite in this film.
It was so good. It was so well done.
Also, seeing the we've seen the Hulk change. Well, we've seen Banner change into the Hulk, but seeing the Hulk change into Banner was something different, and I really liked it. Yeah,
I really liked how it was done as well. Just, yeah, it was very, very well done. And yeah, that was really, really cool. I really liked the bit as well when she made Banner turn into the Hulk. She's like, they're standing by the edge. She's like, I need you to be the Hulk right now. He's like, I'm not going to do it. So she kicks him off the edge, Sparta style. I was like, yeah, do it. So like, oh no, Deco's dying. So yeah, that was awesome. That was so much fun to just watch. And then what happened? Oh, they're doing that. They're rescuing, and they're all like having a fight. And Ultron's just like, he's got his swarm of robots going.
Yeah.
And they have a big fight, and it's awesome.
With every frame every sequence of that fight scene was absolutely gold.
It was absolutely incredible. And I think my favourite bit was the non-fighting bit between Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch. It was just like, you've got to fight. You just have to fight, and it was the best. Because he just made such a plea at Scarlet Witch to just help out that it was awesome.
Yeah.
And, it was so good. And then, yeah, one of the funniest bits as well is when Ultron's choking Thor in the air. And Thor's like running out of things to say, and he's just like, "Aren't other words too?"
Yeah.
And then Vision smacks him with the hammer. I'm just like, "Oh yeah, that's where that happened." Because that was also excellent. And yeah, so all the combat as well was like really smooth throughout the film. It looks like they'd gone over it again and again and again, made sure everything was where they wanted it to be.
Absolutely.
And it showed that it was doing very well. And there was some, like, you could tell with a few things that characters were CG suddenly and then they weren't as well, but it was really smoothly done. So, like, yeah, it was just so incredibly well put together.
Yeah, I couldn't see the transition between CG and real.
No.
Mainly because at that point, I had like 5 beers.
And you'd watched like 7 or 8 hours of film already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very, very good film. I enjoyed it so much. And yeah, the ending was very, very satisfying as well. For what it was.
Yeah.
It was
I like
wonderful.
But I couldn't stop laughing when at the end bit, before everything all settles down, where the Hulk just jumps back into his ship and just rips Ultron out. Just, oh, for God's sake. It's just, you see him fly.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, there's the whole sequence where Banner goes missing as well.
Yeah, I want to know what happens.
Yeah, he just goes missing.
Because they hint that he's on an island. But
yeah.
I was, fingers crossed he goes into space and there's Planet Hulk. But I don't get what I want.
That's the end of the film, isn't it? So Banner goes missing as Hulk.
Yeah.
So he gets in the ship and he flies off. That's it. And they're just like, we don't know where he's gone. Oh well, that's the thing. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I think the film was exceptional. I don't think anyone should have listened to this without having seen the film at all. It is thoroughly been ruined the whole way through.
Yeah, watch it anyway.
Yeah. Or go back and watch it again and try and find little things that have been missing or that you missed. Just like all the one-liners. I know that I'm going to get that film like as soon as it comes out on Blu-ray and probably just watch it again and again and again. It was one of those films, right? Just want to see it. But it kind of makes me want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy because I never watched it and I still haven't seen it.
You're gonna have to watch it if you want to get into Infinity War.
Yes, definitely. I will definitely be heading that way.
Did you watch? Did you stay for the post-credit scene?
Yes. I can't remember exactly what it was. Who was it? It was a big purple dude, wasn't it?
Yeah, Thanos. Thanos grabbing the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes. So yeah,
which is basically just amazing because the next Avengers film is Infinity War.
Aha. It's so they're setting that up nicely. What films are up next? Do you know?
Civil War and Doctor Strange.
Ah, okay.
Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, wonderful. And Civil War's the next Captain America film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's basically going to be an Avengers film, but they'll be against each other.
Yeah.
And also the Marvel debut of Spider-Man.
Ooh, Spider-Man. Let's see if they get him right. I have faith that they will, given the strength of all the films that have come before. Yeah.
I don't know. I want them to make him an actual teenager.
Yeah, they're still struggling with things. Yeah.
It's instead of a 34-year-old man.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that entirely.
But I do like the Garfield version.
Yeah, so do I. But yeah, I need to watch Amazing Spider-Man 2. I haven't seen it, but Have they dropped that series?
I don't. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh dear, what a waste. Oh well.
Yeah.
Deco, thank you very much for talking to me about Age of Ultron.
Not a problem. Happy to.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't remember most of it.
Nah, don't worry.
I'll have to watch it again.
Oh, what a shame. Haha. Right. Thank you very much, and goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.